G'day, eh? I'm the Canadian Northern Nerd, and I'm doing a reaction video to some recent comments made by a couple of YouTubers, Ziroth and Electric Viking, regarding the Donut Labs claimed donut battery. And this is really interesting stuff. So I haven't picked a side. I don't know if that battery is real or not. And as a Canadian interested in EVs, environmentally friendly technologies, the future transportation, all of that stuff, just like Electric Viking is, good for him. And I like your channel, buddy. Good stuff. And Ziroth, great stuff, really smart stuff. But I have to take issue a little bit with your claims or with your allegations. So at the CES, that's the Computer Electronics show in Las Vegas earlier this year, Verge Motorcycles and or Donut Labs announced that they have this new battery that's apparently not lithium that they're putting in their Verge TS Pro motorcycle, which is going to give it a range of, I believe, something like, well, the range depends on the trim level, but it's based on the Donut battery, which Donut Labs, of course, is famous for making the Donut hub motor that the Verge motorcycle has, which is amazing. I recommend you watch videos from Mark Travels. So look up Mark Travels on YouTube. He's got some driving across Europe and driving across China on the Verge motorcycle. It's a pretty fantastic bike. But they have this amazing motor that they've developed. They've also now got on top of that, they have this new battery that they're claiming has a 400 watt hour per kilogram energy density, which is incredible. Like, you're looking at something like double, if not a little bit more than double, what most lithium batteries can do. But more importantly, they say that the charge speed, it can tolerate an extremely high charge speed. And they also say that it can have a cycle stability of 100,000 charge cycles. Now, putting it in perspective, my lithium iron phosphate battery pack that I just ordered from China is supposed to have maybe 2,000 or 3,000, maybe 6,000 charge cycles if I'm lucky, if I treat it really well. But here we are with this Finnish motorcycle company that says that they have an in-house company that's designing a battery for them that can double the watt hours per kilogram. That is unprecedented. My problem, my skepticism, is the same as what it was for with Electric Viking and Ziroth. They said, you know, looks too good to be true. And that is true, but I'm cautiously optimistic. The reason I'm skeptical is because in Canada we had a company called Zenergy. I think it's XE Energy. I think it's Zenergy spelled that way, or it could be Z. I think it is ZENN. And it was because they developed a car called the Zen car. It's the zero emissions, no noise car. And of course they said they developed a battery, but it was actually a capacitor which could be charged at electronic speeds, which is great. But it had a 400 kilometer range apparently on this car. Well, when it came to independent testing, they never submitted, or they said, oh, it's continuing to be tested. Well, what was interesting about Zenergy is the president of that company rode their stock shares up something like tenfold or 20-fold, and it was the highest performing stock at the time. And then nothing happened. We never got our Zenergy power plant. So somehow it never materialized. So I'm skeptical like anybody else, and I hate when people do this. And it's possible that Donut Labs is doing this. However, unlike Zenergy, this company, Donut Labs, actually did submit their cell for testing with independent third-party testing with VTT, which is a Finnish independent Finnish testing facility. And these guys are no joke. These guys are the real deal. But in advance of that, I remember Electric Viking and a number of other YouTubers saying, there's no way this is legitimate. They may well be right. But what they did, Marco from Donut Labs did, was he released a website, which I suggest you could visit. It is idonotbelieve.com. And it's basically a timer counting down to the release of test data. So they announced it 2 weeks ago, I think, and just a couple days ago, I believe it was Monday, February 23rd, 2026, the first test result dropped. And what did the test results say? They said that the battery was able to charge at a 5C and 11C level. Now, it tested 11C, to put it in perspective, is 11 times the capacity of the battery, or the cell rather. And the cell was 26 amp hours with a nominal voltage of 3.6 volts and a fully charged voltage in 4 point something volts. And they were able to charge it to 80% at 11C, 11 times that amperage, which is a tremendous feat at the cell level. They also did so with light pressure. Now, Donut Lab says this is a solid-state battery. Now, solid-state batteries is broadly considered the holy grail of battery technology because it can do a lot of things that the liquid electrolyte batteries can't do. For example, it's supposed to be able to charge very quickly, resist thermal runaway events, things like that. Well, according to VTT, they were able to do this. Now the cell did reach high temperatures, like something up to 90 degrees Celsius. But according to Donut Labs, the cells can tolerate this. Now, according to Electric Viking, that's proof that this isn't going to work, that this is just a scam. According to Ziroth, he says that the charging curve and the voltage curve is like a fingerprint, and it's identical to an NMC lithium battery, which he believes is the lithium battery. Those are some serious allegations. And I don't think you should make those allegations lightly, because, I mean, it's not going to take long for somebody to cut open this cell, and I'm sure VTT will eventually do this, cut open the cell and determine the contents, barring violating some sort of proprietary design features they may not want shown. But they can probably chemically test it to see if it's lithium pretty easily. In any event, they've jumped to the conclusion at the outset that it was a scam. And because CATL said it was a scam. Chinese battery manufacturer said it was a scam. So therefore they said it was a scam. And then when they released the first test data, they said, well, this test data confirms that it's not as advertised. Well, look, I think you guys are being premature. And I have to question whether you're being premature because maybe you have some vested interest in this. I mean, in the case of the Electric Viking, Australia is right next to China. They have lots and lots of Chinese electric vehicles. In Canada, we don't have that, although we're going to start. But I have to wonder if there's some encouragement to denounce this burgeoning technology. On the other hand, you may well be right. You may well be right that this isn't the Holy Grail, that it's just more vaporware, just like Zenergy was. However, I would say this. Give them a chance. Okay? I don't think you should go buy stock in Donut Labs, but let's not write them off until we get some more VTT results. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tell me if you think that this is a scam. Do you think that the test results prove Ziroth right and Electric Viking correct? That this is vaporware, this is just some sort of a trick? Or do you think that there's some promise here, as I do? Thanks, guys.